Dividends for cash flow. What are dividends? Here's a clay tablet from over 3,000 years. The Sanskrit basically gives mathematical equations for figuring out interest-bearing loans. You see, man has been borrowing and lending money for thousands of years, trying to get a better way of life for his family. Now, in 1288, a very wealthy clergyman traded one of his estates for an eighth of a share in the Great Copper Mountain Mine. This mine has been taking copper out of the ground since the Bronze Age. It actually continued mining operations for almost 1,000 years. This was a very good investment. However, in the early days, these types of investments are only for the clergy, the very rich, the very affluent, the very privileged people. The average person was not able to do this kind of thing. It wasn't until the late 1500s when some Dutch businessmen wanted to create the biggest company the world has ever seen. In order to raise the money that they needed, they decided to go door to door selling shares and offering a portion of the profits that the company made. In 1602, the very first shares were available to the public. The company was the VOC, or the Dutch East India Company. In its heyday, at its height of operation, if you calculate it in today's dollars, this company was valued at $7.4 trillion. Truly the biggest, baddest company ever to be on the planet. So, summarizing this up, what are dividends? Dividends are distributions from the firm's assets to the shareholders. A portion of the profits goes back to the shareholders. Now, the firms are not obligated to pay dividends or maintain a consistent policy with regards to the dividends. Now, a dividend can be paid in cash or in stock. But on another note, a CEO who stops paying dividends to the shareholders, you guessed it, shareholders will be very unhappy. They move their money elsewhere. Guess what? He's not CEO much longer. So, a company establishes a dividend-paying policy. They have a tendency to stick with it consistently. And we will get into that a little bit further in the program, where we talk about companies that have paid in excess of 25 years, companies that have paid and increased their dividends for more than 50 years. This we'll get to in a little bit.